Good morning, guys. I want to talk about this because I feel like it may be helpful for some of you all and for me. Because a lot of times when I make videos, the Lord will redirect my attention to something that I said and it helped me in that moment. So I want to talk about the past. You know, a lot of people be upset or still stressing about the past and worrying about their past or whatever may have happened to them in the past. But this would be a great opportunity to use your past as a reference, like use your past as a guide. Whatever happened to you in the past, it was meant to shape you and mold you to who you are today. It was meant to be like a little cheat sheet for your future. And that's what I use it as, because there were certain spirits before I even knew what spirits was. There were certain spirits that I ran into back when I was younger, and I didn't recognize them as spirits, but I knew that those certain personality traits would lead to them being having certain stuff inside of them, whether it be they were verbally abusive, whether they would be, physically abusive maybe, or whether they would be a bully or something. And it just helped me so much throughout my walk, and that's how I'm able to tell certain stuff by things that have happened in the past, by it being a pattern of that certain type of personality and whatnot. But y'all know, like in the Bible, we use certain stories in the Bible as reference as to how to live, how to be, how to conduct ourselves as followers of Christ. So you can do the same thing with your past. And a lot of people say, well, my past does not define me, and which can be true, but I also look at it in a way as, okay, well, my past has actually shaped me to who I am today. My past actually gave me the boost that I needed, and it pushed me closer to God. It pushed me into womanhood and to be who I am, and it helped me to maneuver between the good and the bad, because the things that I have seen, the things that I seen back then helped me to steer clear of certain groups of people, and it helped me to know what I didn't want to be versus what I actually wanted to be. It helped me to be able to see who I wanted to be and what I should be as a woman. The past can literally be a roadmap. All right, it's something in your past that is going to help you out tremendously. It's going to help you to maneuver here in this life. And with past mistakes, okay, you can use those as references. If you made a mistake, and you can use that as a way to say, well, I don't want to do that anymore. Or either you can say, well, I'm going to try this, but I'm going to do it different this time. If I can do it differently this time. Some people just give up completely, but sometimes you can just use it and just do something completely different, or you can tweak certain things that you did back then and put it as something that will help you out. And my past helps me out a lot with all the people and the certain things that I've encountered, and I definitely use that as reference, especially when it comes to meeting guys or whatever. Because I don't know about y'all, but the other ladies, but there are certain men that do come at me, and if I see certain stuff in them, I already know that ain't what I want, whether I went through it or not, because I had sense enough to look at my like maybe my friends' relationships, or certain other people's relationships, and I was like, nah, this dude back in the day had this same thing going on with him, and this dude ended up being like addicted to certain stuff at the end of the day. And it may not be that for that person, it could be something else, but I have found that every time I do that, it's always true. It's always true. Like, your past can literally be your roadmap. It can be your roadmap. And so, just like when certain things happen with me, I always use that. I always use it as reference every single time. And it never fails. It's like kind of foolproof in a way. It can actually boost you up too and give you more power when it comes down to fighting off demonic spirits and everything else. Just like sometimes I don't even know what spirit it is in the beginning, and sometimes I may not know, but I know it's something because of my spirit being a little uneasy around it or talking to it or whatever. And so or not it or the person, but they don't know a lot of times that I know. But and it don't matter because I may not even tell them I know at the end of the day if they not actually actively looking to be free. So a lot of times we'd be wasting our breath. But if I'm meeting certain people and they have certain spirits on them, I can go back and use what I learned back in the day as reference and be like, okay, that is that. Or I can learn what I know now, what I've learned now, and use that as a reference. And it helps me every single time. Every single time, and I have to get up out of there. Now, I will give certain people the information to Miss Williams, but if they not even trying to do that, just like recently, I don't believe this person was actually actively trying to get deliverance, because some people do like their spirits. Some people don't want to be free. Some people just operating in the way that they want to operate, especially if they have a really strong Leviathan on them or a really strong Jezebel on them. And as I was telling you guys before, it's mostly Jezebel that will come after me, but recently I had a Leviathan come after me, and I knew someone, right, but I was like, okay, this is some kind of spirit. But I waited because I wanted to know what it was. And I wanted to know what it was, and the person wasn't near me, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll be okay. And so I found myself rebuking it and everything like that. But I used what I learned back in the day to come up with this conclusion, and I wrote it all down and I put everything together, and it actually saved me from indulging in some stuff that I didn't need to be in. So if anybody um, if anybody is saddened or depressed about their past, y'all, it is the past. Like, you can't change it. Use it, use it as a reference. You can use anything in your life. God gives us literal tools to help us in this walk. We just have to use our minds and use wisdom. Use wisdom to maneuver here in this life, because the devil does not play fair. So the thing that learned you, you need to learn it. Just like I told you that Jezebel is mostly after me, I learned Jezebel because I really don't have another choice but to know that spirit, because of how many times it has attacked me. So I don't really have a choice but to know. But when it comes down to certain other spirits and things like that, I learned those too. And I use whatever attacks me as a reference, as a guide. And I look back in the past, I'm like, I've come across this spirit before. And that's how I'm able to put it together. And so whatever you went through in your past, let it be something that just guides you through life, because you can definitely use that. That's something that can't nobody take away from you either. Can't nobody take away your experiences from you. Those are your personal experiences. And so I would say, don't let it define you, but it can definitely mold you into the person that you are. It can help you to grow, because you just grew in knowledge and wisdom. Who don't want knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? Because I know I do. I'm always looking to learn something. So especially about spiritual stuff, about the stuff that's out here attacking folks and all that, and about God and about everything else that we need to know in this journey. But yeah, be careful of two of Leviathan spirits, because one attacked me. So I just want to give y'all the heads up. I'm fine, of course, but I just wanted to let y'all know, because I be peeping this stuff. I have to peep it. If not, um, hey, I'll be coming into agreement with it, right? So I have to know, and I have to look into it to make sure that I'm not accidentally coming into agreement with some stuff that I'm not supposed to be coming to agreement with. And I told you guys that it always try to trick you into coming to agreement with it. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Okay, and there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is death. And the Leviathan was trying to flip scripture on me. So I was like, and hey, listen though, if I did not know my word, if I was in a certain mind space, or if I was in a vulnerable space spiritually, and I didn't know my word, then it would have made sense to me. But since I know my word and I know God and God knows me, I know that was not right. I knew it wasn't right. And the information made sense. That's the crazy part. The information that the person was saying actually made sense. But like I said, there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is death. Sometimes the devil do make sense until you know your word. But if I didn't know my word, that would have definitely had an effect on me and had me thinking like, Oh wow, so this is what this was. This is how this go. No, that's not how they go. And there are thousands of people who actually listen to this stuff. Thousands of people, y'all, and it's just twisted. It's a Leviathan spirit, guys. So be careful of those as well. My past experiences have definitely shaped who I am today. So y'all use your experiences. They can literally save your life. Okay? All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.